I got bad news, guys. I did a video on using the polishing kit from Renegade products, and I recorded it, and I also did the video on getting this tank out of here. And you can see from the video that I splice in, that I actually put the video or the memory card in my pocket and then went home. I absolutely cannot for the life of me find that that memory card. So here we are. I'm gonna work on this a little bit. I'm gonna try to scrape some of this stuff down, and as soon as I get a moment, I will give you another video on polishing this tank. Now, I only did a small section, and I did it with the Renegade kit because, to be honest with you, I thought it was kind of a gimmick, but it is crazy fast how fast you can get from the dull aluminum look to a mirror finish. So I'll do another video of that, and unless I find that memory card. But today I just kind of want to, small bites of the well, one bite at a time. I want to try to get some of this stuff scraped off here and get it ready. What I'd like to do, if everything works the way I want it to, is I'd like to get this scraped off, unbolt these, take the air tank off so that I can paint it and get that section done. So maybe I can't even talk today. Rerun some of the air hoses once I kind of figure out where they all go. There's 2 air tanks under here, so I'm assuming they're daisy chained together. So I'll figure that part out. So I did order new rubber for the fuel tank, so that should be coming in. I actually ended up ordering by accident 4-inch. So when I brought it here, it was quite obvious that I ordered the wrong stuff. So, and I looked at buying some new straps. Holy cow, these things are like $500 or $600, and I think I'll just polish this out. This is kind of coming undone. I should be able to just weld that together, but holy cow, I was not expecting that. But all this corrosion here on this aluminum, it looks like the corrosion you'd get from like steel and aluminum, the electrolysis type corrosion. But I don't know, it had rubber here. I guess technically it could have been beforehand, before someone put this rubber on. But I thought about taking the paint off of this and polishing it as well. Might look cool. A lot of work, but it may look cool. I'm interested in y'all's thoughts. Would that is it even worth it? So I don't know. I like the idea of it being polished, and it gives me something to do when I do get to work on it. So really not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I really thought it was going to suck to get this off. Yes, that cleans up pretty good. So, yeah, this whole thing is aluminum. That plate's aluminum. So, it's you know, it's really only corroded where it hasn't been painted or where the paint wore off. So, well, these things get dirty, don't they? Oh, man. And I consider this not that dirty from what some of them that I've seen, you know. Had a trucker come in today. No, I'm sorry. Yesterday. And he called this thing something. He said it was used a lot in like cornfields. So cornfield hero or corn, whatever they called it. You veteran guys will know what they call these old trucks. Again, I'm not going to work this truck. I've just always wanted one, and I'm going to use it to haul my side by side and make a camper out of the front of the trailer. So, and yes, I know it's kind of overkill, but we're men and we do shit that's overkill just because why? Because it's cool, right? So that's what makes us men. So I need to get some new bolts here. They kind of look like eye bolts. That's what these look like. So I can sand these out. Definitely need new pins. Really kind of makes me wonder what these are made from, and if I should not just make these out of chromoly and give it a little flare. I can do that on the lathe, and I wonder if if these are just something special. I'm thinking that because it's an 18-wheeler, that it's some type of, you know, high strength steel type setup. So don't you love using the wrong tool for the job because you're being too lazy to go get the right tool? So you know what? I might just leave that until I go get the right tool. All right, so what is this? Okay, so I have a question for you. This is a line, it looks like, to a pressure relief. I guess that's to help drain water, maybe, from the system. I guess I can go ahead and hit some of this transmission too. Not being a trucker, I'm learning a lot about this, and I tell you what, back in the day when truckers drove these things, those were real men. Not none of this. You know, eat Tide Pod men or boys or kids or whatever you want to call it. But these guys, these were real men. So if you're a trucker, you got my respect. I got to say also too, driving this thing home, it really gave me a new appreciation of truck drivers, stuff that they have to deal with and you know whatnot. Oh wait. Okay, see this makes no sense to me. This line, call my big ass in here. Okay, so that's a T-joint and that's going somewhere. So so what is this line going to? So this line going over there, and then this line going over there, and then this line. Where the hell's that line go to? Is this the line from the compressor? Oh, it looks like it. So is there Okay, so I've got another. Okay, so here's an airline that's not hooked up to anything. And let me look around the back side and see what that's connected to. Okay. All right. Let me move the camera a little bit. All right, so okay, so this is loose. I got this loose, getting the tank out. Now I have this line right here that is actually not connected to anything, so it's just sitting there. So I should be able to get that out with no worry or harm to anything. All right, so there's no way that's going to fit. All right, so the fill tube and that cross, and I really think that all right, maybe I was incorrect. It looks like that's like that would fit. It does. So this goes here. Hopefully this bolt won't fight me as bad as the other ones did. I do want to, oh shoot, I can't. I really figured out that it seems like some of these old trucks, the way people work on them is they don't fix what's broken. They just kind of replace it and leave all the old stuff there, which to me is nerve-wracking. But I understand why someone may do that, because
because a lot of these guys they're on the road. I mean, they're making money. And they don't have time for down. So I hate working in these little tight spots like this where you can't hardly get to nothing easily. All right, I'm just gonna, let me grab the right freaking tools. Yeah, that's a 7/16. There we go. Let's see if this joker will buzz that joker off there. All right, come on, you little. Every bolt on this thing literally fights for its life. Every single time. All right. Get that joker out of the way. Tell you what though, trying to sit or get somewhere comfortable on this damn thing is fucking annoying. Alright. Like this rod right here, like, good Lord. Oh, you fucking kidding me? This is one of those days that it may have been better not to work on it, because it's just gonna piss you off. Because part of me just wants to cut that damn. Okay, so what's, good Lord. Holy, you know what? Actually, I think I'm gonna change gears here. I think I'm going to go ahead and get this damn PTO out of here. Well, first I need to go get my wrench, otherwise I'll never find it. I'll be wondering where it went to and why didn't I replace or why did someone not replace my tool? Of course, that son of a gun is not at all in an easy position. So I guess what may be the better option here is actually just wanted to make sure that my shifter is in neutral. Oh yeah, let me shut the door. I just need about 1/2 inch, then I can I'll hit that safety. Oh no, am I out of fluid? Get out of here. I know I had that on backwards. give me that last little bit. Can I push it? Oh, hear that click? So now it's locked in. And I don't have to worry about this heavy son of a gun busting down on me and killing me or hurting me really, really bad. Either one of them did not sound pleasant. So all right, this is garbage here. Dang it. Uh-oh. Small wins. Small wins. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and separate this crossbar here because it's kind of in the way, and I don't need it until until I'm ready to, oh yeah, that's right, I dropped my, I don't need it until I replace those U-bolts anyway. I will have to say that these Milwaukees are all right, but I don't feel like they have a whole lot of torque. Maybe I'm just crazy, but see what I mean? Like, it's not. Filler tube. Like I really kind of feel like that filler tube should be closer to that side. So I got these two wires right here. No idea what those go to. Here's the okay, so this is air hose, air compressor. Okay. There's air lines going here, air line there. So this is an air line. Where does it go to? I'll find that out. This goes to here, which goes to here, splits out, and goes to what looks like the carburetor, fuel pump, fuel system. Yeah, let's see. Cummins, I can't read it without my glasses. Yeah, okay, Cummins fuel system. So Somebody want to tell me how that works? So it's coming off the head. So is that. That goes to, looks like a type of solenoid on the fuel system as well. It has a red cable that's been spliced like 4 times. So I'll be interested to see what that's for, if anybody has an idea. This wet kit here needs to come out. I've got to get that out. That would free up this whole section here. And really, if I undid this electrical box here, took this ground off here, this whole piece right here could come out. Curious what that is. Now granted, I see where it holds this, but I really feel like there's a better way to do that. I guess that's remote fill, maybe. So I noticed there's no airline to this. So makes me wonder. This airline right here, which has, there's nothing there, or again, I don't want to get this to a point to where I can't move it in and out of the shop. At least not yet. So that's part of my hesitation for, like, you know, just disconnecting the shifter, for instance. I don't want to do that yet. Fuel filter, I'm guessing. You know, there's so many better ways to do some of this stuff. All right, let's see here. Can I stick this under here? Get to the bottom of that. There we go. So much in the way. Holy shit. Right, the bolt. Oh. Oh, okay. All right, so I don't know if you can see this, but like I said, every bolt fights me on this. So here is, I don't know if it'll focus yet, but the bolt actually broke in the nut. So the good part about it is it's off, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. So yeah, so not 100% sure. Okay, so this is an airline of some type, obviously. So it's, of course, I'm not throwing any of this stuff away. I'm keeping it because sure enough, as soon as I throw it away, somebody's gonna come help me and be like, hey, where's your flux capacitor hose that goes from A to B? And I'm like, I didn't know I needed to keep it. So I'm keeping everything. So I guess what I'll do is I can take this off next. Here I am again, being lazy because I don't want to walk over to my toolbox and are you kidding me? Okay, so I have one nut that has come off without a problem. Holy cow. Maybe. Actually, before I take this joker all the way off, I'm gonna take a picture of it. Because the greatest lie I tell myself every day is I'll remember that. So this looks like this. Actually, let me get from this side. All right. And again, I don't need this just yet. Ow. Get out of here. This one came off easy too. All right, so there's the spring for that. So I like to put the bolts or the nuts right back on the nut so I don't have to look for one. I can replace them at a later date, but okay, so okay guys, this is has like a cloth, not cloth, but some type of coating, or not coating, but whatever this sheathing or protective sleeve that the hose is. Do I have to have that to, or do I need to, I mean, can I replace that? And if I can replace that, well, obviously I can replace it. Do I have to replace it with something like that? I'm fine doing that, but is it necessary? This is coming straight off the air compressor. And to be honest with you, it comes down to this tank right here. And I would much rather run a different route, if you will. So it's not just up here. This looks like half-assed. I don't like it. I'd like it a little bit more clean. But that, you know, that line right there would clean that up some, so I didn't have to worry about it. So thoughts on that? Oh, look, here is the block heater. That's pretty cool. I saw the line there, but honestly I didn't think it was hooked up. So the fact that it is I'm pretty impressed. So it looks like there's a new braided stainless steel turbo line, but I got one hell of a exhaust leak.
Okay, so I'm sorry guys, I know I ask y'all a lot of questions because I really don't know. Can I make a new exhaust manifold? I can machine the flanges. I can machine the turbo flange. Or is that just a really, really bad idea? I like the idea of that, but I don't know. I don't know if it's safe or it's like super ill-advised. I mean, that's cast iron. Of course, you know, in a car, we typically replace with headers also. What's the, okay, so if I can build like a header type scenario, can I do it with thicker tube? Well, obviously I could. Let's see, can I do, how would it be bad, one, to use thinner tube? Not that I want to, but I'm just wondering. I could see it putting off more heat maybe, but how bad would that be? I can make the flanges to where it uses the same type gaskets, I guess. But, you know, what say you, some of the pros out there? Because this looks like a three-piece design here. So the header, I'm sorry, the manifold, this section right here plugs into the middle section. Or tell me why that's like a super bad idea. But you know, I like the idea about it. You know, obviously I have a little oil leak right there. Of course, you know, it almost looks like it's coming from there. And then let me grab the camera so y'all can see. All right, so see all the black along on the red? That is what I'm talking about. I mean, obviously I have some type of exhaust leak. I know I do because that son of a gun ticked for 2,000 miles. So, can I build a header for that? Does it have to be a three-piece header? You know, can I make one piece? And if it needs to be a three-piece header, explain to me why. Like, why does it need to be that? Because just for my personal knowledge, why does it need to be a three-piece? Especially if you're a diesel mechanic, chime in and say, hey, that's a terrible idea. But if it's like, hey, so-and-so already makes a header like this, you could buy. I probably wouldn't buy it. I'd probably build it just because I can build it. The turbo flange is easy. We've done turbo flanges multitude of time. Another exhaust leak right there. But you know, this is all. What is this like? Oh, it's holding. I just don't even know sometimes. So there's a black here, so it's like it leaks here. I think it leaks here, and it's almost like these two leak right here, but I can't tell yet. It's black all the way up here, so this one leaks, or it's cracked. You know, who knows? So yeah, I mean, little things like that, and. I mean, that looks like a little baby turbo, to be honest with you. Can I put a bigger turbo? Is that advisable? Is that a bad idea? I mean, it's a small cam 290. Let me know if that's advisable. I'm not opposed to putting a bigger turbo. Bigger is better, right?
So, you know, having this joker up, this is a good time for me to check this alternator out. I mean, okay, so this wire is literally run and the plastic is melted. Not the plastic, but the, you know, the black plastic wire loom. It's melted. So it probably got hot. So I need to get a new alternator. I know it's not charged. Well, I have a pretty good feeling that it's not charging because it didn't charge at all while I was driving it home. So I guess another question is, how do I put fluid in the cab jack? Yeah. I'm sorry for all these questions. I'm a total noob. I'm learning as I go. And if it's not easy to do that, if it's not easy to add fluid to the cab jack, can't I make a remote reservoir with an easy fill cap so I can easily fill it when it needs to, with a, you know, kind of an overflow. So that would be cool. I could fab one of those up, put it over there to where we could literally unscrew it and look at the fluid. That would be pretty cool. So there's so much to do on this thing. Like I said, the good thing is I can still move it in and out right now. I need to take that bar off before I cut my face on it. My wife would not be happy because she happens to like my face. So she says. Anyway, so holy shit. This has a straight fan. Like it's like the old school flex fans. That's crazy. All right. I think that's all I'm gonna do today. I'm hungry. It's time to go eat. My wife is eating with someone else. That's terrible. My wife is eating with one of her friends. So we don't have the typical debate of, where do you want to eat? I don't know, where do you want to eat? And see, I eat literally everything, and she eats a very small, you know, sets of food. So it's easy for me to figure it out, but all right, guys, I am going to call it a night. I'm hoping that I can work on this again tomorrow. It's Thanksgiving week, so there may be a big possibility that I can come in here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and work on this, depending on what my honey-do list is. So, yep, I'm gonna go get something to eat. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for hanging with me.